Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a great day. In today's video, I will be unstuffing our cash envelopes and sinking funds, as well as going over our expenses for the third week of October. So I'm just gonna jump right into going over our expenses. I will leave timestamps for the video because I know that some people might not want to see me going over our expenses and just talking through how we spent our money. So I'll leave timestamps when I do start unstuffing the money from the binders. All right, so now let's get to it. Here's our monthly view for our expenses. We are going over the Monday from the 18th all the way up until Sunday the 24th. On Monday, we donated to a fundraiser for one of our nephews, and that was a total of $43. It was fees and things like that. That's why it was this amount. And then I also went to Jack in the Box and spent $30. On Tuesday and Wednesday, it was no spend day for those 2 days, which is really good. So now we are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Our goal is 11 days of no spend days. So we are 4 days away from our goal. Hopefully we can meet it. Today is actually Tuesday, and Monday we didn't spend any money, so that's already 8 days for the month. Thursday, Brian wanted to spend money on some shoes for himself. The brand is Lakai. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it. I had never heard of it, but he said when he was a kid he had a pair of Lakai shoes. So that was $60. It was actually $88, but he still had some money in his spending money, so he decided to use that. And then we're going to be taking from a couple of envelopes. I went to the Habit to pick up the Habit that day again for $32. Can you guys see a trend? Look, I went on Tuesday last week and then again on Thursday. I love the Habit. On Friday, if you guys saw my last cash and stuffing, you saw that I had that budget planner. So when I purchased it, since I was going to return it, I didn't account for that money, but I am going to end up keeping it. And whenever I do my next giveaway, I will be giving that away as part of a giveaway. So I accounted for it to this day. So that was $8. Brian went to the gas station and he spent $6. I'm not tracking his expenses anymore, but this actually is a transaction that I'm using one of our envelopes to remove the money. So I did track that one. And then we spent $20 because my oldest son, Isaiah, wanted a game or a skin. I don't know. If you guys have kids that play video games, you know what I mean. And then on Saturday, it was a pretty busy and expensive day to say the least. So I went to Target and I spent $117. I got my daughter some clothes, some boots, and then I got Brian some long sleeve shirts because he doesn't have like 50 of them already. And then my oldest son got a haircut that day. That was $23, haircut and the tip. I went to the grocery store and spent $140. Most of that purchase was, I don't know if you guys have ever gone to the grocery store when there is markdowns on meats and like just certain foods. And I like to buy when it's cheap, obviously, because either way, I put a lot of the meats in the freezer, so the expiration date doesn't really matter. And I do like to stock up on that stuff when it is on sale. So that was $140. And then we went to the pumpkin patch, and oh my god, guys, I had budgeted $160 to, for us to spend at the pumpkin patch, and we ended up spending $330. The entrance alone was it was like $100. And then the food, any snacks, it was so expensive. It was ridiculously expensive. For a bottled water, it was like we were at Disneyland. It was like $4 or $5 for a bottle of water. My daughter wanted a toy that had bubbles. That thing was $25. I'm pretty sure they went to downtown LA and spent like $3, $4 for it, and we ended up paying $25 because we are so smart. And it was ridiculously packed. There was lines like crazy for everything. I mean, the kids did enjoy themselves. You know, as a parent, you kind of try to have them enjoy themselves as much as they can, but you're having a horrible time because it's just a lot of waiting. Anyway, the kids had a good time at least, and that's all that matters. And then later that night, we were starving, so we ended up spending $30 ordering some Domino's. And we're almost done, guys. I know. Okay, so on Sunday, Brian ended up going to Home Depot and spent $225 on a faucet, because if I had told you guys, and I think I told you guys in my last video, that our faucet was dripping water, even if we were to turn off the knob, it was still dripping. It was like a certain spot that it had to be at. And it was like we were playing that, you know, that game where you kind of try to get the stuffed animal. That's how it was every time we were trying to turn off the faucet. So we ended up spending that. And then I went to Sam's Club and I spent $207 stocking up on a lot of like household items. We didn't necessarily need a lot of those items, but I am trying to stock up and just have a double of certain things, just because I have noticed that in a lot of the stores there is shortage of things, and I don't want to have to end up running to the store and then there's nothing. So that's why I kind of stocked up a bit. That was $207. So we are done with our expenses for the week. Okay, so let me go over to our expenses for this week. I don't have any change. I usually have some change, so I don't have to be going in and out of envelopes, but this week we're just gonna kind of wing it. Hopefully I have enough change that I don't have to keep going in and out. So anyway, oh, and I did forget to mention that for the pumpkin patch, even though I did only budget $160, I did use the rest of the money, which was an additional $170 from our buffer that we did have in the bank. So now there's like hardly any. I think there's like only $6 in the buffer. So I forgot to mention that while I was going over the expenses. That's why it might seem like we were just over budget, which we kind of were, but it was covered by money that was already sitting in the bank. Our total expenses for the week, the amount of money that I have to remove from the cash envelopes and sinking funds because I use my credit card, that's $875. For budgeted expenses and cash expenses, which you can see right here, I put a B for budgeted and then I put C for we just paid in cash, but I do still account for it because I like to know how much money we spend, whether it was cash or credit and we are paying ourselves back, or it was just already accounted for. That is $396. So the total for everything for this week is $1,271, which is a little bit less than last week, but it is still a lot of money for the week. There's just been a lot of expenses that we've done these last couple of weeks. So let me go ahead and move this over, and we are gonna start with our cash envelopes. How are you guys doing today? Today is Tuesday, by the way, and I will be uploading the video the same day that I film it. And one more thing, they are color coordinated. You probably can't see the color. It might just look black from all the way up here, but they are either pink, green, or orange. And that's just how I like to differentiate which binder or where the money has to be coming out from. So pink is our cash envelopes, which is this binder. So for the first transaction, we are gonna go to takeout. And I'm gonna go over and see if there is other transactions besides this first one. So that's $30 plus $32. Let me see. Take out $18. And that is it. So we have to get a total of $80 out of here. Some of the transactions are split into more than one binder or more than one envelope, might I say. So if you see some of these, it has like, this one has Brian's envelope / clothing because he didn't have enough in that binder, in that envelope. So I did have to take some from kind of like whatever the transaction was for. I removed the money from that specific envelope. So we should have $80 here, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Okay, so we're good. I'm hoping that I don't have trouble getting the change. Anyway, I did track it already, so it is already at 0 because I do like to track my transactions on here already so that I know that there is no money left in that binder, in that envelope. I keep saying binder. In that envelope, and I don't overspend in that category. Let me check this off really quickly. Okay, down here. So, let me just explain really quick. This transaction is a whole hot mess, but I swear I kind of try to do it as smoothly as possible. I did break my head by myself, but it should be good. So these right here, you see how they're like split into different transactions. I mean, different envelopes. It's for that same reason, because I didn't have enough in a certain envelope, so I will be using a different one. All right, so now we're going to, you know what, let me check this off just so it doesn't like mess me up. And these are all the ones that I use cash or it was already budgeted for. All right, so let's go over to, we're gonna skip the sinking funds binder. So we're gonna go, next is for you. So that's my envelope. And that is $8. You know what, I'm gonna skip it because I need singles for it. So we're gonna go to miscellaneous and that is $6. Let me see if there's any other miscellaneous. So that is $6 plus, is there any other miscellaneous? Yes, $30. And that is it. So 20, 30, 35, 36. Yep. And if it seems like it's so smooth, it's because, you guys, I have to kind of go over this on my own time so that when I do it on screen, it is a lot smoother. But it takes a bit. Although I like to know where my money is going, so I'm perfectly fine with spending 20 minutes trying to figure it out. All right, so we're done with that. Next is kids, and that's $20 plus, is there any other kids? No, so that's just $20 in kids. Ooh, let me see. So that's 20, and in kids now we have 20, wow, 10, 11, 12, 13. I filmed these videos really early, so sometimes my brain still wants to, like, you know, be asleep. It's currently 6 in the morning, so good morning to you guys. Although this video will be probably up after 2, so. Anyway, next is groceries, and that's 140. And let's see, that's 140. Plus, I did use some of that money, some of the Domino's. I used the last of the grocery money. So that's an additional $12. So we should be taking out 152 from groceries. And I believe that's all the money that's in there. So we have 140, 150, 150, 12. Oh, we have $12 left. I guess it's not everything. That kind of threw me off a little bit. Okay. Oh yeah, you know what? There is $12 left. That was just my mistake. So now we have 5, 10, 11, 12 left in groceries. I feel like there's something crawling on my foot. All right, so next we are going into, do we have $3? Okay, so let's go back to For You, and that is $8. That was for that budget planner. And I am using my money. So we have 20. We have to get 12 back. So now in my spending money, we have 10, 15, 16, 17. Now let me check that off. And now we're going to family fun. Oh, no, we're not going into family fun because as you can see, it is empty. We did use strictly cash at the pumpkin patch. Okay, so next we're going into, where are we going into? Household. That is getting $88 taken out. And I believe it's everything in here. Telling you guys, I kind of emptied everything out this weekend. So we have, let me clear this off. 50, 70, 80, 85, 86, 87, 88. So yep, 88. Let me move this over here. Okay, so that is 88 in household. I did split it up into different categories because we spent things from household. I did buy a couple of things of clothing for my kids. I spent some money on some toys for my dogs. And then the rest, I just took it from shopping because it was kind of dispersed into all of those that I didn't have enough in the envelopes. And then the last one from this little transaction is the $13 that are in the pets envelope. So that's 5, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's going pretty smoothly, right? I'm not needing to get change. So I believe we are done. All right, we're gonna start with the first binder. Excuse the glare that's been probably bothering you guys that whole time. I just heard my daughter call me. Hopefully she goes back to sleep. Why am I whispering? Like if she can hear me? Okay, so we are working with the $60. So I have to pull $49 from Brian's envelope. And I believe there's actually $50 in here because I didn't have change last unstuffing. So we have 20, 40, 45, 50. So there's going to be an extra dollar. Instead of it being the total at the end, instead of it being 875, it is going to be 876 because of that extra dollar that I am removing because I didn't have change last week. I understand myself. You guys don't mind me. And then, so that's $49 from there and $11 from clothing. Okay, so we are taking 11, and actually there is multiple transactions from clothing. So let me go ahead and, where is it? Okay. So that's 11 from that transaction, and then 102 from the Target transaction, and 29 from the Sam's Club transaction. So did I check that off? Okay. So we should have 142, and I believe that's all that's in here. So 100, 120, 130, 140, 141, 142. Yep. Let me fix it. Okay, so we're done with that. And now we're going to, let me check that off. We're going to holidays, and that's $15. Let me check if there's any more. Holidays, 15, and I believe that's it. Yeah, 15, right? Let me see. Yeah, just 15. So we get a 10 and a 5. And all of my trackers are updated, guys. They're all updated already. So, because if not, that would be a whole other mess. Oh, and look, I decorated my envelope. I just put gobble gobble. I'm gonna end up using it for Thanksgiving, for any, like, if we do outfits or the food or whatever it is that we end up spending money on. And then I did have these stickers from this sticker book that I have. So do you guys like it? I think it was so cute. And to be honest, the only reason I put gobble gobble is because I had these gold stickers, but I had already used some of them to make my sister, I do feel like she's my daughter sometimes. I made her a binder a while back, and she wanted these gold stickers, and I still had some, but I was trying to put Thanksgiving and I didn't have the H. So, you know, I had enough for gobble gobble, and that's what it is. Okay, so we're done with, what is it? Holidays. I hope you guys are still here with me. I know these can be a little bit tedious and kind of confusing, but I swear there's a method to the madness. Next is, let's see, we're done with that one. Let's go over to shopping, and that is $47 from there. That's the only amount that we need from this one. So that's 7, and this is 47. And let me just make sure that it's 20 that's supposed to be left in there. Okay, so that is it for that one. Now I'm gonna check that off. We are done with this transaction, so I'm just gonna do a big check right there. And then the last transaction is home repairs, and that is $225. I believe that's in our other binder. Oops. Okay, so let's see. Home repairs, it's right here. All right, so for home repairs, I don't have the cash. It's actually, you see, I don't have 225. I have the 500 slip. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do 500 minus 225 is 275. I am gonna get 275 from actual cash and put it back into my envelope. And then obviously this represents $500 that I was gonna have to deposit into the bank either way. So it kind of just represents money that's already gonna be in the bank, and then I could pay my credit card. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. I swear it is all good. It's all gonna get paid. Okay, so that is 500, and I'm gonna get 250, 20, and a 5. So that's 250, 75. I'm gonna go ahead and put it all here. I'm gonna count it all together. So that's 100, 200, 250, 300, 320, 340, 360, 370, 380, 390, 395, 400, and 1, 2, 3. Is that right? Yes, $403. So this 500 is gonna represent $500 in the bank. Good thing I already had the change, and I didn't have to like go into the bank and get the money out and, you know, all that. So it worked out pretty well. Okay, so we are done with all of our transactions. I'm gonna go ahead and put this to the side, and we are gonna count the money. So it should equal, like I had said, 875, but I do have that extra dollar from Brian's sinking fund, since I wasn't able to get change for it the last week. So that's also included. So it should be $876. Now let's go ahead and check. I am just gonna use my calculator. This is 500, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 40, 240 plus 240, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 plus 60, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65 plus 65, 66. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Plus 11. And yep, we are good, guys. It balanced out. Sorry, I'm over here trying to fix it. Do you guys usually do the higher bills to the lowest denominations, or do you do the opposite? I like to always have the highest at the top. So we balanced all of our expenses. We are good. It's $876. All right, guys, so all this money, I will use it to pay the credit card. I usually pay it once a month. Whatever the balance is on my credit card, I just pay it completely off. Because obviously it's whatever I accounted everything for already. I do check my credit card often just to make sure that there's no like other transactions that I might have missed. All right, guys, I don't have anything else to say. If I do remember anything else, I will leave a comment at the in the comment section. I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day or night. See you next time. Bye.